being in this portion of the meeting is completely voluntary. Mr. Vaughn is in charge of the prayer and the pledge tonight. Mr. Vaughn.
Please bow your heads. Heavenly Father, we'd just like to come to you today and pray for the family of Jason Smith, one of our crossing guards who lost a grandbaby at 36 hours today. And pray for the family of James Stern, who was one of our bus drivers that passed away this week. Heavenly Father, I just pray for our country, pray for our president. We thank you for peace in Israel that you brought about. We pray for our schools and all our leadership, Dr. Sullivan and all the central office staff, and the job that they've done. And we just thank you for the courage and all that they face the challenges they do every day. I pray for our school board tonight, that we pray for the decisions we have to make, and we pray that our decisions honor you. In your Son, Jesus' name, I pray. Amen.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. First, we have the approval of the agenda. Any comments or questions?
Move to approve.
Thank you, Ms. Darby.
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Vaughn. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes. Next, we have the approval of the consent agenda. Any comments or questions?
Move to approve.
Thank you, Mr. Vaughn.
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Tidwell. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes. First up, we have Rutherford Proud.
All right, tonight we are going to highlight 6 Rutherford County Schools educators who received robotics grants from the Tennessee Valley Authority and Bicentennial Volunteers Incorporated. This is the first year of the grants. These educators will be on hand to talk about the robotics programs for students. First, we have Brandy Brenneman from Thurman Francis Arts Academy. Is Brandy here? Yes, unless you all planned to do it together, or do you plan to do it individually? Individual.
Maybe just talk a little bit how they're using the grants.
Right.
Perfect.
So we plan on using our grant at Thurman Francis to beef up our robotics program. We do VEX IQ robotics, and we compete all over Middle Tennessee, mostly on Saturdays. And we plan to we actually have already gotten in a couple of things using that grant money, pneumatics kits that we are learning how to use, and we're just really excited about it. So thank you, guys.
That's awesome. Thank you. Next, we have James Elliott from Rock Springs Middle School. And do not hold it against him that we used to be neighbors.
We did, right across the street. Well, this is my 6th year as a STEM teacher at Rock Springs Middle School. Great honor and privilege. And something we've always wanted to have there is be involved in extracurricular activities. And my good friend and my mentor, Mr. Kevin Welch, whose name is also up there, inspired me to participate in robotics competitions. We kick off one we're in right now is called Best Robotics. And it's a very challenging competition. And one of the things that's great about this organization is that they loan you a robot brain and some motors and things of that nature. So it makes it to where you don't have to pay to enter this. However, if you have better resources and better tools, you can do better in the competition. And so I saw this grant, which was actually funneled to me by Stephanie Finley and Mrs. Brenneman. And I said, I'd love to get involved in this. It was a $5,000 grant, and the money I got for the main thing is we're going to buy a laser engraver cutter, which will allow us to cut out gears and things of that nature, something we've never been able to do in the past, because when you cut that out with a hacksaw, it doesn't work out too good. And so we're working on that right now. We got about 2 weeks until our next competition. This won't be here for that, but for next year, it should really propel us to be able to do much better, to be more competitive against Mr. Welch and Blackman Middle School and the other schools. But thank you for this opportunity to speak.
Wonderful.
Lindsay Inglade from Laverne High School.
Hello. Yes, I'm Lindsay Inglade, and this is monumental for Laverne High School because we have not had a STEM club or a robotics team before. So this grant of $5,000 was able to start our program. And so we are using a majority of the money to actually purchase the robots, and we are doing VEX robots, so we will be able to eventually do competitions, but this is really just doing everything we can to make sure that they start on a good foot. But because we're a high school, we are also looking for opportunities. And so we are doing everything we can to get them to TCAT Smyrna to make sure that they are seeing the robotics firsthand. What are those actual opportunities in real world situations to be able to use this information? And so we'll be going there in December. So thank you.
Wonderful.
Mark Guthrie from Central Magnet, and they have actually performed for us before and had students talk to us, but welcome back, Mr. Guthrie.
Thank you for having me. We do 3 different robot contests. Our first one coming up next month, we invite you to hosted at Central. It's called Robot Drone League, where our teams, we have 2 teams for that contest. They'll build a robot that actually goes to a course, it's a moon base this year, and then we have drones that fly at the same time. So you've got 4 teams flying drones and running robots. It's just a hot mess, but it's a great contest. We love it. The kids love it. That robot's about built. Our second contest is First Tech Challenge. We have 2 teams in that contest, and that one takes place at MTSU in February. It's a worldwide contest, and we're actually launching these big wiffle balls this year for that contest, and that robot's, one of them is already built. We've been testing it this past week. And then our last contest we do is the NASA HERC Human Rover Contest. We'll be working with that when we go there and compete in April. And the money we got from TVA just helps pay, honestly, for our expenses. It costs us almost $2,000 just to enter these contests each year. That's the entry fee. On top of that, we use the rest for our supplies. So,
Awesome.
thank you for having me.
Thank you.
How long have you been working with the robotics? I've been doing robotics for over 20 years. We started off with Best Robotics and had a lot of success with there, and then moved up to First and some other programs. But it's been over 20 years with McFadden and then Central Magnet.
Awesome. Thank you.
You do a great job.
Next, we have Rachel Hibden from Rocky Fork Middle School.
So I am probably the newbie to the Robotics Club. I'm actually a library media specialist. So we are going to join the VEX IQ Club. We're kind of reviving this at Rocky Fork Middle, so getting a team back together. And then I'm also doing Sphero Global Challenge, which is a different kind of robot. And this year, the challenge is focusing on national parks. So I'm excited to bring that. And then in my position, I love to bring robotics into when classes come to the library. So I'm hoping that not only will these be used for clubs, but they'll also be used with core content areas as well. So thank you.
And then last, Kevin Welch.
Yeah, so Mr. Welch let me know that he was very honored that the board was going to recognize the program tonight, but just so that the others now know what he's doing tonight, he says they are in a critical part of their preparation for the next contest. The students needed him to be there this evening, and so he's with the students this evening. So he considers it an advantage you guys are all here instead of that. So, but he was very appreciative that the board was recognizing this. This is also the first year that the TVA has done the robotics grants. They've done STEM grants before, but this is the first time, and so it's just great that we've had so many of our schools apply and get these.
Great.
Yes. Thank you.
All right, keep going with the next part.
Well, next part. So each month, as you all know, we do the RCS Strong Outstanding Staff Awards, and we are here with our sponsors from Sonic, and I promised them, I've been practicing this one man's name because apparently I've been saying it wrong for a year and a half. He says everyone does, but Mr. Alan Squeers, all right, and Chris Spraggins, that one I got. They are both supervising partners with Sonic Drive-Ins of Rutherford County. who have been sponsoring these awards now all of last year, and they've agreed to do it this year as well. They have 5 categories. Our first honoree tonight is in the support staff category. It's Mr. Anthony Simon, who's a custodian at Rockville Middle School. Mr. Simon, I'm gonna embarrass you a little bit here because I'm gonna embarrass all 5 of you, but I'm gonna start with you. But I want to read some of the nominations that the people actually did here. So Mr. Anthony is a ray of sunshine in our building. He is so kind and helpful to our faculty, staff, and students. He has the most recognizable laughter, and he gives his best every day. During the summer, his son passed away unexpectedly. His resilience and his desire to make others smile, even while he was facing a personal challenge, was unmatched. He is an encourager, and his presence makes a difference every day in our school. Thank you. Okay. All right, Ms. Leah Moltz from Christiana Middle School is in the teacher category. Ms. Moltz really tries to build a relationship with each student in each class. The students are always trusting her to listen to their stories, and she is always there listening. She teaches great life lessons and is a great mentor teacher to me as well. So as you know, as you can tell, you were nominated by a fellow teacher. I am a first-year teacher, and she has made sure I am in the loop and always have someone to talk to ask questions. Congratulations. Okay, Miss Monica West is an AP at Blackman High School, and she's being recognized in our administrator category. Ms. West is a phenomenal assistant principal at Blackman High School. Through her hard work and dedication to students and teachers, she has created a rapport with her students and staff to work collaboratively, reflect upon best practices, and ensure student safety. Her ability to create a relationship with students is outstanding. In many moments when discipline is required, her relationship with the student and the support staff benefit her success in helping students improve. Thank you so much. In our central office category, I'm going to say this, so I just want you guys to hear this part. Dr. Shanna Groom. Come on up, Dr. Groom. So Dr. Groom just recently completed her doctorate, so we are very proud of that. And she says it's still weird to hear that, so I want to say it as many times as possible. Dr. Groom. Okay, so Dr. Groom goes above and beyond. Now, Dr. Groom was nominated 4 times, and in every nomination, the phrase, it wasn't the same person, the phrase above and beyond was used to describe her, so you should know that. Goes above and beyond to make the RC Schools nursing department the best it can be. She's an accomplished professional nurse, recently obtaining her doctoral degree. She is personable. She always strives to create the best atmosphere for the school nurses and therefore the students we serve. Thank you. Okay, Miss Janet Johnson is next. Ms. Johnson is bus 126. She drives for Smyrna High School. She asked to stay with her current route after this family subdivision was rezoned from Stewart's Creek to Smyrna. She told me she was adamant about watching over her kids after being her son's personal bus driver for more than 5 years and previously served 8 years as my daughter's driver, who's also a 2019 graduate. She always has a wave, a smile, and she keeps a firm grip on her bus, and we love her. So.
I guess we're going to stand up again.
Thank you again to Sonic for sponsoring these. Appreciate you. Thank you all for what you do. Here we go. Ready? Ms. Maxwell, slide to your left. Left to your left. All right, ready? Here we go. Thank you all.
Now we move to the public comments section. We have 3 people that are signed up to speak tonight. And first, we have Miss Deanna Osborne. It's nice to see you again.
Good evening. I have to take these off. Thank you for the opportunity to speak before you tonight. I'm Deanna Osborne. I'm the president of Rutherford Education Association tonight. Not just tonight, but, and I come before you tonight to bring the PECA petition signatures for presentation, representing our desire to move into the collaborative conferencing phase for this year. As the board knows, Tennessee law recognizes that a collaborative relationship between the board and its professional employees assists in the establishment and maintenance of an educational climate and a work environment that attracts and retains highly qualified and professional staff. Collaborative conferencing, or PECA, recognizes the obligation of the board and its teachers to collaborate on matters relating to the terms and conditions of professional employee service, and sets forth the process whereby we can work together towards producing the agreement, that is the memorandum of understanding, on issues such as salary, insurance, and working conditions. We in Rutherford County are very fortunate to have gone through this process previously with the district, and we have an existing MOU, which is still valid. Your ratification of the prior MOU affirms to educators and community members that you value our work and our voice in this process, and we very much appreciate that. We also appreciate the continuing opportunity to collaborate with you on matters that are essential to attracting and retaining highly qualified professional staff, and so that together we can continue to work to achieve the highest potential for our district. I'm here before you tonight with another round of signatures, just requesting to start the process again due to the PECA law, which places the obligation or the charge upon the educators to come together and determine if they want to move into this process. So we have the signatures. We've obtained the signatures. This is an every 3-year process, so we're on the verge of starting that again. And we bring these to you specifically in the month of October as designated by the law. As the board knows, under this law, once this petition is submitted, the board then has the duty to appoint an equal number of board members and professional employees to serve on a special question committee who set up the particulars of conducting the confidential poll. And the confidential poll is a vote by teachers about whether or not they would like to engage in collaborative conferencing. As president of the association, I would be honored to accept an appointment to be on the special questions committee if this board sees fit. Thank you for accepting this petition. Our association looks forward to working with you in this process going forward.
Thank you.
Yay. And is it possible to get a quick photo just of us presenting this, the physical signatures?
James?
And if needed.
He's outside still.
He's stuck.
Okay.
Dr. Martin can do it.
Okay.
Miss
Either one.
or Miss Martin.
Martin's got it. Everybody's got one. Yeah. Yeah.
Our next speaker is Miss Stacy Hardy.
Good evening. Sorry, I'm a little sinusy. We do live in Tennessee. Good evening, school board, and thank you for allowing me to speak tonight. I am not here to retell the story of my son, what happened with him. Y'all have all the information on what happened. You reviewed both sides of the situation. Tonight I speak not only as a parent, but as my student's mother. As someone who believes in the power of education to shape character, not through just academics, but through compassion, fairness, and understanding. My child is a strong student. He earned top grades. He volunteers his time and has built meaningful relationships with teachers and peers. Recently, he made a mistake. He pulled a prank on a friend, and it was immature, yes, a lapse in judgment, but it wasn't cruel, it wasn't dangerous, and it wasn't done with malice. Originally, he was given 9 days of out-of-school suspension. That punishment was later changed without warning to 4,500 points at Smyrna West. This consequence is far more severe, and it means suspension, exclusion from school events, and a permanent mark on his record. I am not here to excuse his behavior. I am here to ask, does the consequence match with his intent? We teach our children to own their mistake, and mine has. He's apologized, he's reflected, and he has learned. He's taken his time at Smyrna West seriously, earning 100 points every day that he has attended. But when punishment overshadows the lesson, we are sending the wrong message, that one misstep can erase years of good character. He maintains a 3.8 GPA, he's in the band, and he was in National Honor Society, Beta Club, and other clubs. High school is a time for growth. Mistakes are part of the journey. If we respond to every error with maximum discipline, we create a culture of fear, not of learning. We must ask ourselves, are we guiding our students or branding them? I'm asking for perspective, for proportionality, for a chance to turn this into a teachable moment, not a permanent scar. I believe we should show students that we believe in redemption and not in punishment, that we see the whole person and not just the worst day of their life. Because we can't extend grace to a good kid who made a bad decision, what are we really teaching? I respectfully ask the board to reconsider the severity of this consequence and restore the original suspension. Thank you for your time.
Our last speaker is Mr. Chuck Isbell.
Hello, thank you for letting me speak tonight. Something about me, I've been a safety advocate before 2020, but in Halloween of 2020, I lost my son. And I have asked multiple times about safety messaging being sent out for the holiday. Dr. Sullivan was gracious enough to do a phone call 2 years ago, but I think there needs to be more messaging on social media to make parents and non-parents aware of children being out there. The phone call is great, but it only covers a small percentage of the county. It doesn't cost anything to put something together, put out on the 30th. I think it'd be a great thing for the resource that we have to protect our children, which is our most important thing. I have been doing this safety advocate role for a long time. I didn't pick this up 4 months ago like some people. It's constant. It's been going on and on and on. I know you've seen my news interviews and different things I've done around town for the last 5 years. I implore you to take the time to do that this year and make it a continuing thing going forward. Because for some reason, you have to remind people, hey, kids are out. Kids are out. And I know, Dr. Sullivan, you understand you lost your son. It's something you don't get over. Like I said, in 2 weeks, it's going to be 5 years. Every day I want to text him something. It doesn't go away. And I would hate to see another parent go through that or experience that. When we can send out messaging, hopefully that will make people aware of what's going on. It's not taking a stance. I don't want my son's name on it because I've been accused of that before. But that's not what it is. It's just about safety messaging. Prime trick-or-treat times are 6 to 8. It needs to state that children are going to be out between 6 and 8. That's, that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Next, we go to instruction.
For instruction, we have the 2026-2027 school calendar for approval. As required by policy, we have a member from each school that's a member of our calendar committee. They meet, they have multiple options they can look at. The calendar committee is bound by 200 days for teachers and 180 days for students. And this calendar does several things. One, it starts on Monday, August 3rd, It ends before Memorial Day. It ends before Memorial Day because Memorial Day would be in June, or if we went past that, it would be in June. So it ends Friday, May 28th. It does still have a full week for fall break, Thanksgiving break, and spring break. The difference in this calendar and previous calendars is teachers will have to get 12 hours of in-service on their own instead of 6 hours of in-service on their own. So the last 4 or 5 years, we've done 6 hours. This calendar will have to have 12. Otherwise, teachers and students would have to come back on Monday, December 21st, and that would probably not be a well-attended day by staff or students. And so instead, they'll have 12 hours instead of 6.
Any comments or questions?
Ms. Maxwell?
Yes, Mr. Rosales.
Move to approve.
Thank you. Second. Thank you, Mr. Vaughn. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes. Next, we move to legal.
So we have 2 disciplinary hearing appeals. So the first one's Discipline Hearing Appeal 25-1001. The board has been requested to review a decision of the Disciplinary Hearing Authority and of the Director of Schools to uphold the zero tolerance of a student from Stewart's Creek High School. Based on a review of the DHA's record, the board may A, affirm the decision of the DHA and of the director, B, overturn the decision of the DHA and the director, or C, grant a hearing before the board. Just to note, there is no recommendation from the director on here because I have already reviewed it. And so it has already been upheld by me. So that's what's the difference between this and Ada County.
Any comments or questions?
Ms. Maxwell?
Yes, Ms. Rosales.
Move to affirm the decision of the DHA and of the director.
Do I have a second? Thank you, Mr. Vaughn. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes. Next.
Next is the second disciplinary hearing appeal. This one is number 25-1002. The board has been requested to review a decision of the Disciplinary Hearing Authority, DHA, and the Director of Schools to uphold the remandment of a student from Stewart's Creek High School. Based on a review of the DHA's record, the board may A, affirm the decision of the DHA and of the director, B, overturn the decision of the DHA and of the director, or C, grant a hearing before the board.
Any comments or questions?
Make a motion to approve.
Thank you, Mr. Vaughn. Do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Rosales. To affirm the decision. Yes. Okay. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes. Number 9, financial.
All right, this is a long one, so this, instead of doing 3 separate budget amendments, this is one budget amendment together with 3 separate grants. This amendment increases budgeted fiscal year 25-26 Fund 141 revenue and expenditures to recognize multiple state grants. The first grant consists of carryover money from the Innovative Model Schools grant. This grant's in the 3rd year, and the funds will be used to provide 50% of salary payment to existing CTE personnel, stipends for project-based learning works training, vehicle and equipment purchases for various CTE activities, and construction and renovations to CTE buildings and structures at multiple schools. The carryover amount of this grant is $8,889,685. The second grant is the Public School Security Grant. This grant will recognize the fiscal year carryover amount of $14,875 and the new fiscal year allocation of $1,049,958 for a total of $1,064,833. The funds will be used to provide new threat assessment software and license, the purchase of flip charge, signage, radio equipment for schools, repeaters for FCC license and installs, weapons detection equipment, and resistant film. The third and final grant is the reoccurring fiscal year 25-26 State Special Education Pre-K grant. The fiscal year 26 allocation amount of this grant is $519,488 with no carryover amount from fiscal year 25. The funds will be used for additional education assistant positions to assist in the pre-K classrooms, a compliance specialist, additional training for teachers and EAs, sensory and de-escalation items, supplies, materials for IPK classrooms. All these grants have been approved by the Tennessee Department of Education, and none require a local match. And the recommended motion is to approve.
Thank you, Mr. Thank you, Ms. Sharp. Thank you, Mr. Vaughn. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes. Number 2.
All right, we have, I believe, 3 school support organizations to approve, so I'll read the first one in detail. The first one is board recognition of the Central Magnet Baseball Booster Club at Central Magnet School as an RCS School Support Organization, or SSO. Per RCS Board Policy 2.404, only a group or organization that's entered into a written cooperative agreement with the board may use the name, mascot, or logo of a school or the school district to solicit or raise money, materials, property, security, services, or other things of Tiger Baseball supports provided all information requested from the board's written cooperative agreement and can be recognized as an RCS SSO. It is noted that this SO has not received an IRS determination letter to be recognized as a 501c3 nonprofit entity that's in compliance with the Board of Education written cooperative agreement. The IRS letter will allow the SSO to open and operate out of a checking account that's separate from Central Magnet School Student Activity Funds once they receive that. Until the determination letter is received, the Booster Club will utilize Central High School Student Activity Funds for all its financial activities and be subject to the Board of Education financial policies and procedures. Also, this approval is contingent upon the organization providing a detailed financial policy, which they've been notified about. So the difference here is that they do not yet have the IRS determination letter, but that is custom for what we have when new groups are starting quite often.
Any comments or questions? Thank you, Mr. Vaught. Thank you, Ms. Sharp. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes. And I'm sorry, Ms. Darby, I looked right at you and called you Sharp, sorry. Next.
All right, next, and if the board's okay, I'm not going to read this whole thing. I'll just point out the difference. All right, this is for the board recognition of the Oakland Middle School Home Run Club at Oakland Middle School as an RCS school support organization. The difference here is that it's noted this SSO has received their IRS determination letter to be recognized as a 501c3 nonprofit entity that's in compliance with the Board of Education written cooperative. So they will be allowed to open and operate a checking account that's separate from Oakland Middle School student activity funds.
Move to approve.
Thank you, Mr. Vaught. Thank you, Mr. Vaught. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes.
And the third one is board recognition of the Eagleville Structured Classroom Special Education Fund at Eagleville Schools, an RCS support organization, and they also have the IRS determination letter as well, so they will be opening their own checking account.
Thank you, Mr. Vaught.
Second.
Thank you for Sharp and Darby. I couldn't tell who chimed in faster. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes. Number 10, engineering.
Siegel High baseball scoreboard replacement. Principal Larry Creasy is requested to replace the existing scoreboard and locate the new one in center field. The cost for this request is $70,000 and will be funded through the baseball booster account at no cost to the board. Siegel High will be required to request permits from the city of Murfreesboro and work with Middle Tennessee Electric for new service in this location. Engineering Construction has reviewed the request and has no objections.
Any questions?
Move to approve.
Thank you, Mr. Vaught. Thank you, Mr. Vaughn. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes. Number 2.
Christiana Middle softball scoreboard request. Dr. Kyle Nix and Christiana Middle has been offered the existing Riverdale High School scoreboard. Christiana Middle will be responsible for relocation and installation. Cost for relocation and installation is $3,875, and electrical connection is $250 for materials. Maintenance will be provided the labor for the electrical connection. Engineering Construction has reviewed the request and has no objections.
Move to approve.
Thank you, Mr. Tidwell. Thank you, Mr. Vaughn. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes. Number 3.
Power Hour bus contracts. The original motion from September 11th was withdrawn. Discussions regarding having 2 drawings per year for these contracts rather than 1 drawing per year as it is currently. So I need a motion from the board to guide us on 1 drawing or 2.
Move to
Ms.
approve 2
Maxwell.
drawings. Ms. Sharp, okay, do we have a second for the move to approve 2 drawings?
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Darby. Yes, Ms. Rosales.
Yes, I need to make a clarification. So these 2 drawings for the Power Hour, I had said that if a bus contractor got it one time, they shouldn't get it the second time. I spoke to some bus contractors, and I did not realize at the time that this pool of bus contractors that are interested for the bid is rather small. It's not, that's what I was told, that there's not a whole lot of bus contractors that are bidding for these Power Hours. And so therefore, I will say that, I don't know what it reads or restrictions or anything. So if a bus contractor does bid and get to the first time, that they can still go ahead and bid and get it the second time because the pool is very, very limited. That's what I was told and aware when I spoke with some contractors.
Dr. Sullivan, is that, do we have to put that in place, or is that already?
Right now, there is no restriction in place, so if someone gets it the first, the board would have to make the motion to put a restriction in place.
Okay, Ms. Darby.
Mr. Lee, didn't we talk about kind of going through, like, the people who are on the first one wouldn't be on the first opportunity for that second Power Hour run, but if you then needed more, once that was exhausted, they would be allowed to bid for it then?
That is not the way we've been operating. Everyone who applies is eligible, and we use the picker wheel. So if there's 3 people and they apply the first time, those same 3 people could potentially apply again. There has never been a restriction on holding someone out.
Would there be an issue with doing an initial drawing with those that didn't have the opportunity the first time, and then if there were remaining routes, doing a second drawing?
I'll do whatever the board asks.
I think that's a very fair way of doing it, but.
Mr. Vaught.
And I'll comment just a little bit. I came out here and watched it. And Francis, to answer your question, there were several of them. There was only one person applied. I don't know, a handful that was 2. I'm going to say most of them were 3 or 4 at the most. So if you block out those people that did it in the fall, you know, you're discriminating against them. It was advertised, it was said they were doing it for the entire year. I don't think that's if you want to do twice a year, I mean, that's up to the board to say that, but I don't think we ought to discriminate against somebody that won it in the fall. They've never done it before. I think and I'm not going to put Trey on the spot right here, but I think it was just kind of a workload kind of deal that they were just trying to simplify this. But, you know, if the board wants to do 2 draws, do 2 draws. But I don't think I would be for discriminating against the ones that were that ran in the fall.
Ms. Maxwell, I'm just making it clear, re-clarifying my statement, because after speaking to some bus contractors, they made me aware that the pool of applicants is just very small. It's only 3. It's not a whole lot. So I don't think there should be restrictions. So if they get it the first time and they go again.
All right, now there are none.
It's just a luck of the draw.
Ms. Darby.
I'm just going to say, so that it's on record for myself, if you have 3 or 4 people apply in the fall, one of those people gets it, and then in the spring you have those same 3 or 4 people apply again, and that same person gets it. First of all, I disagree with the term discriminating. I think we're trying to be fair across the board, and I think that what are we saying to those other contractors then if that person, they don't get the opportunity when someone else already had an opportunity? Because you can exhaust that list, or if you don't have anybody apply, then allow the person that ran it in the fall to run it in the spring, but at least you've given everyone a fair opportunity.
Yes, Mr. Vaughn.
Did we advertise this that it would be done once a year?
We did this year, yes.
I think we can solve this problem. You know, we can't decide what to do about eliminating them. Just do it one time for one drawing for the whole year. That'd solve the problem. We wouldn't have to worry about eliminating discrimination and all like that.
Madam Chair. Madam Chair.
Yes, Ms.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Well, but what if we have new bus drivers and somebody actually does want to, from the new bus drivers? If we have.
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
If we have new bus drivers that come in between now and the second hour power drawing, wouldn't we want them to be able to apply too if they wanted to? Because
currently, if there's a new contractor that came in, they could submit next year. Because the way it was sent out and the way it was intended, we were going to draw one time this year, and that was it. We weren't doing 2 drawings, one for the spring, one for the fall, and one.
So if they're new, they just lose out altogether?
No, they get to apply next year like everybody else.
Okay. Mr. Vaughn.
I'll make a motion, we do it once a year.
We already have a
We have a motion on the floor for 2.
Two.
The motion is to approve having 2 drawings per year.
Tammy.
Mr. Titchell.
Dr. Sullivan, go ahead and I'll come after.
Yeah, I definitely understand the reason for 2, and I'm totally, of course, will implement whatever the board suggests. I think when we're looking at what our number 1 job should be for continuity for our students, it is easier for students if they have 1. But if we're doing 2 this year, I think that's fine. as we move forward, I would recommend one, so these are young students for Power Hour, and they're getting pretty close to door-to-door service. The more changes we have with bus drivers, the harder it is for our students. So we get the calls of a kid getting dropped off at the wrong place or something, or a parent not being there. So having consistency does help, but of course, we'll implement whatever the board desires.
Tidwell.
The reason I suggested this initially is out of fairness and then hearing some stuff back from bus contractors. So I'm not, I'm not super set on whether or not we're going to have a repeat person in the fall do it in the spring or not, or whether they have the same opportunity, because it's going to be random both times. But I am certainly for splitting it up. I think that does grant more opportunity, and these are, from the contractor's mouth, lucrative routes that a lot of people like. So if that's the case, and that's what I'm hearing is the case, then I certainly want to provide as much opportunity as possible. This is one step into the right direction. If we want to look at changing it even further in the following year, that's fine. But I at least want to get it split up into halves for each year, just to provide more opportunity for our contractors. I appreciate our contractors, appreciate everything that they're doing. I think they're a very important part of the process. So if we can provide at least a greater opportunity for more of them, I'm all for it. So I support the motion.
Okay, we have a motion on the floor, if that's all the discussion we have. Motion on the floor is a move to approve having 2 drawings per year for Power Hour. Would you like to poll the roll? Call the roll.
All right, Mrs. Rosales?
Yes.
Mr. Vaughn?
No.
Mr. Tidwell?
Yes.
Ms. Sharp? Mr. Vaught? Mrs. Darby? Mrs. Maxwell?
Yes.
Passed.
Okay, thank you. Yes, Mr.
Just to clarify, we did not put restrictions on somebody from the first, correct?
No restrictions.
Okay.
Okay. Next.
Next, we have a new middle school location for Power Hour at Rocky Fork Middle School. It was suggested this route be covered by a bus currently running this route daily in order to pick up students in a timely manner. If multiple middle school drivers are interested, then those buses will be chosen by lottery.
Do I entertain them?
Yes.
Yes.
Move to approve. Second.
Second.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Vaught. And thank you, Ms. Rosales. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes. Next, we have the naming of the middle school.
We have recommendation to name Poplar Hill Middle School, PHM, mascot the Bobcats, colors primary hunter green and secondary gold, matches the elementary school. Thank you, Ms. Darby, and your team for your work on that.
You were very speedy on that, too. I appreciate it. Do I entertain?
approve.
Thank you, Ms. Darby.
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Vaught. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes. And go Bobcats.
Mayor John Beatty will be proud.
Yes, he will. Number 12.
Oakland High School and Play On Sports Agreement. Play On Sports would like to partner with Oakland High School to provide a branded school video portal, school-based event, scheduling, information availability, et cetera. Recommended motions to approve.
Move to approve.
Thank you, Mr. Vaughn. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Sharp. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes. Next, we have director's update.
Just 2 quick things. One, transportation related. We do have over 30 contractors that we are still waiting. I guess contracts would be the correct way to word it. 30 contracts we are still waiting on required information from. We have sent notices at the end of September. We're getting close to sending other notices. Trey, can you explain that a little bit more of what we're waiting on?
Yeah, per section 2.6D, it's 4 weeks after the start of school, we require that the contractors send us their route description. We give them a route description at the start of the year. We give them 4 weeks to run the route and then provide feedback to us. It's basically the same route because some of the students don't ride. They, combine a stop, and they give the route description back to us so that we can input the information in the computer because it changes the times. So we run the route for about 4 weeks, and then we ask for that information back. We probably were a week or two late this year just because this year was, with all the rezoning and everything, we let it go a little longer. We sent letters out September, at the start of the year, so in September, at the end of September, we sent a letter out to the contractors we had not heard from. We gave them 5 days more and said, hey, we need these back. We still have a few more than 30 that have not sent us the route back.
Looks like 36 or 37.
37. Per our contract, the board can begin today withholding their pay. I don't think that's what we would like to do today. It's not what we're recommending. What we're recommending is allow us to send a 30-day letter, which is also in our contract, as part of our contract, that they have, we're putting them on 30 days' notice that they're in breach of contract. It's a little less heavy than withholding their money, but notify them one more time, give them a few more days, and if they don't, I'm going to come back and ask you to withhold their money. That's just it doesn't need a vote. I'm just letting you know because this is something we're going to do. You may hear back from it. I want you to understand why we're doing it. No, sir, I don't.
It's already in contract.
This is in the contract. I'm letting you know what we're doing to follow the contract.
Correct.
Other than withholding their money. I'm going to send them put them on 30 days notice, for lack of a better term.
Okay, thank you.
And then
Wait a minute, I'm going to follow that. Why would they not send it back? I mean, we're 12 weeks in. I mean, if this is a common practice every year, is it lack of attention, lack of a detail?
I don't have an answer for that. I would be speculating.
Okay, I didn't know if it was burdensome, if there was some way.
It is difficult, and that's why we gave them a little extra time this year, because our routes have been kind of a little more fluid, especially on the elementary side this year because of all the rezoning we did.
Do we have a bunch of new drivers too, and maybe they're having a hard time?
Contractors.
But,
Okay.
I mean, this goes along with them certifying their miles, goes along with certifying their pay.
Yes, sir.
Right? I
Yes,
mean,
sir.
it's all kind of hand in
It
hand.
kind of ties in, yeah. This is more for us so that we can get the computer updated, so
Right.
that when a parent looks on our website, we've adjusted our times on the website.
Well, it also would give you feedback information about how to create another route or how to redesign a route next year or the following year or
Or
something
it
like
could
that.
help us this year if they've got suggestions to
saying.
improve it.
Because we've got to do everything we can for efficiency, in my opinion. I mean, right? I mean, it was $35 million a year.
Correct.
Transportation,
Yes.
right? And it's growing every year. So, I mean, for you to be able to do your job, to provide transportation to basically half the students in the system, we're just asking for a little help, a little feedback, right?
It's a collaborative portion of our contract.
Okay. Anyway, I couldn't, why wouldn't you do it? But anyway, thank you.
Yes, sir.
And again, the vast majority have, so we're talking about 30-something, but still 90% that did. Yes, 90% did. Yeah, yes. Yes. Other thing, we have multiple principals here, so thank our principals for being here. We have Angela Barnes from Wilson Elementary, Randy Uptain from Las Casas, Dana Nichols from Rockville Elementary, Scott Bolden from Rocky Fork Elementary, Yanisha Campbell from Kittrell Elementary, Brian Wagner from David Urey, Shane Wickwire at Springs and Power, Dr. Hatchett's back there from Laverne High School, Stephen Wayne, I saw, oh, yep, he's over here from Rock Springs Middle, and we had several other here for the robotics. I know Dr. Nix was here, Ms. Clark was here, and I was seeing if anybody else. I don't think so. Yes, Dr. Gagne was here as well. So, yep, thank you guys for being here.
Is that all?
Yep.
Okay, any other general discussion?
Ms. Maxwell?
One quick, I just want to let everybody know the gates at Laverne High School are going live on October 27th. We have notified the EMS, we've notified the city of Laverne, we notified the city of Smyrna. We have rented signs, big, like you see on the side of the road, electronic blinking, coming soon to a lane near you. That is happening on the 27th. Everything is ready and in place, so we've done all the notifications, and that will go live on the 27th.
Yep. And I do expect some negative attention from that because people are used to using it as a thoroughfare, but it is not a cut-through thoroughfare. It's our property, and we wanted to lock that down for safety of our students. But I do expect some negative attention from community members on that.
Thank you.
Good, yes. Good, thank you. I have a couple of things. So, one, I wanted to know about the whole robotics thing. I'm a huge fan of robotics. I believe in robotics. So, I think we've asked this before, and I don't remember. Do we have a robotics program at every single school? How many
No.
schools are lacking robotics?
I'd have to find out, but a lot of it deals with stipends, so we're going to have to stipend somebody to do it. Second is just the material, the competitions, the cost, and you have to have student interest. Not every school has student interest, but it's more than the majority.
Okay, and then the other, this is not my second thing, but since there's quite a bit of interest, I don't know how many schools have robotics, if there's any thought about hosting a robotics competition here in Rutherford County. I know that there's other groups in the area that would be willing to be a part of that. I would love for that to happen somehow.
We have done that in the past. If it's okay with you, then we'll just get Ms. Finley, we can get a list of how many we have and report back to you guys on what competitions are in the area and if we're hosting any this year, because I'm not aware that we are hosting this year, but
Yeah.
that does happen.
Okay, great. And then the second thing is, and I apologize, Dr. Sullivan, I know that in the past, when it comes to the Halloween, we have made a mention of it to kind of remind parents and those that are driving about that we are having a lot more traffic. Have we put it, I thought we put that in the social media. If we haven't, is that something are we able to do?
So what we've done in the past is that we've asked the sheriff's department to initiate that because it's somewhat out of our jurisdiction to talk about safety of roads outside of our campuses, and then we have reshared that on our own social channels. So the end result is similar. We're just not the one initiating the message. They do it, and then we share it. And then Dr. Sullivan has also done his own message about it before.
Okay, is there something that do we send out any emails or anything like that we can include or?
We did the phone call.
We have done a phone call in the past. Dr. Sullivan's message went out as a video message, and then it was on our socials as well. Like I said, the reshare from the sheriff's office.
Do we send that video message as an email?
I mean, potentially we could, yes, ma'am. And I think that we did when we did that a couple of years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, if we could do that again, that'll be great as a reminder that there's a lot of kids that are going to be out, and for those that are driving to be cautious. Thank you very much. That's it.
So, Mr. Lee Stoneman Thunder, I've been out at Laverne High School today and saw the big signs and everything, and I've already done a video and posted. I did get to speak with Dr. Hatchett, and she will be sending emails out, notifications to the parents. So there's going to be a lot of media around that and a lot of notifications. So, but Dr. Sullivan, you're probably right. There's going to be some pushback because, listen, I've been guilty of it myself, trying to cut through to go to Wendy's or something like that because it's always been like that. But it's great that we've got the money for the gate and everything now, and it's going to more secure our campus. And Mr. Lee, the annex is looking phenomenal. I don't know if they're ahead of schedule or on schedule or what, but it looks phenomenal. I've been doing updates, and those students are going to be so excited when it gets open. So I don't know if you want to speak on that or not.
We're currently close to schedule. We're entering my favorite and my least favorite time of year. Yeah. For personal, it's my favorite time, but for work, it's least winter and rain and cold. But we're hoping to have most of the roof dried in the next couple of weeks, which is really good, which will allow us to continue. And Poplar Hill Middle is coming along very well too.
Thank you. We have been blessed with some good weather.
Anyone else? If that's all, Ms. Darby?
Move to adjourn.